Today we are going to study about the Chola Administration. The Chola Administration was combined. It provided a pattern for the kingship followed by other rulers of South India. The Chola system of administration was highly organized and efficient one. The king was the pivot of administration and all authority was rested in the hands of one single authority. Central government. The king was the most important person in the Chola administration as all authority was vested in him. The coronation ceremony was marked by many festivities. The huge resources of the kingdom, vast palace establishment, and the splendor of the court, they all enhanced the power and glory of the monarch. The king had the group of ministers, each representing a particular department, to advise him on all administrative affairs. The king often went on tours in order to keep a check on the administration. The officials were paid by giving them assignments in revenue bearing lands. The central government looked after the external defense, internal peace and order, promotion of general prosperity, and cultural progress of the empire. The provincial government or provincial administration. The kingdom was divided into a number of provinces called mandalams, each placed under the charge of viceroy, usually a prince of the royal family or one belonging to the landed priest. Besides, these were the territories of those rulers who paid the tributes to the Chola kings in return for their protection. The provinces were further subdivided into division. It is also called kotams. The other units of administration were districts, nadus. The groups of villages were called kurams, and the village, gramam. These are the subdivision of the provinces. All these territorial divisions had their own assemblies. Such assembly of all mandalams was consulted, for instance, in connection with the exemption of land revenue because of any severe drought in the province. The local self-government. The Cholas were the good administrators. They believed in local self-government. The villages had three types of village assemblies, namely the Ur, the Sabha, and the Nagaram. The Ur was the common type of assembly of the villages where the land was held by all classes of people. The Sabha was an exclusively Brahmin assembly of the villages. The third one, the Nagaram. The Nagaram was an assembly of the merchants and belongs to the localities where the traders and merchants were in a dominant position. The life of the work of the villages were discussed in these councils. All affairs concerning the village, such as collection of taxes, settlement of disputes, and allocation of water, were looked after by these committees. Next one is village administration or Grama Sabhas. The most remarkable feature of Chola administration was the exceptional efficiency of the village institutions. These assemblies enjoyed the full powers in the management of local affairs. The method of election was as follows. The name slips of all candidates were thrown and mixed up in a pot, from which they were drawn one by a small boy. The result will be announced by the village priest. The village assemblies administered justice within the village except the cases involving the serious crimes. They regulated water supply, gathered taxes, and administered all charitable institutions such as temples, school, and etc. The village assembly carried on its own affairs with the help of small committees, each looking after the specific matters such as the tanks, gardens, temples, justice, and general management. Next one is temple administration. The temple in the Chola kingdom was a center of social activity. It was not only the place of worship, but was also a place where the people gathered together. The lands were donated to the temples were known as a Devadaya or Devadana. The temples were also biggest employers after the state, providing the work and means of livelihood to a large number of people. And the temple used to take care of the people, the workers, by providing the food, clothing, and housing facilities, by arranging the proper education and establishing the hospitals. Temple as a center of education. The temple was also a center of education. The priests of the temple were the local teachers, as there were no separate schools. The schools were housed in the temple courtyard. The students learned their lesson in two languages, Sanskrit and Tamil. The religious teaching was in Sanskrit since texts such as the Vedas had to be studied. The students learned Tamil, the language which was widely spoken in the Chola kingdom. Tamil was influenced by the Sanskrit and gradually incorporated a number of Sanskrit words. The last topic for today is the revenue system of Cholas. The revenue of the Chola kingdom came from the taxes on land and the produce of the land and taxes on trade. The land revenue was fixed at 1/6 of the gross produce. Other important sources of income came from the taxes on trade, mines, handlooms, watercourses, and the custom duties on imported goods. The main item of expenditure were the maintenance of royal family, the maintenance of armed forces, the construction of towns, temples, and the works of public utility such as road, tanks, and irrigation system. Today we have learned about the Chola administration. Under the Chola administration, we have learned central government, the provincial government, local self-government, village administration, and temple administration. Also, we have studied about the revenue system of Cholas. So next class we can study about the another topic. Thank you.